guy saw us, came close, and asked if noodles is my spiritual child. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Lifestyle with Eddie. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Today I'll be talking about cats. Why are cats often associated with evil? Why are people afraid of cats? Why do people see cats, especially at night, and assume that they are witches in disguise? Why do people discriminate against black cats? Today, I'll be answering these questions and demystifying the myth that cats are associated with evil or are witches. So over the years, cats have gotten this very bad reputation of being evil and, used by witches to operate. People get very scared of cats. They see cats and they're afraid, especially black cats. I'll be talking about the origin of this myth and debunking it, because it is not true that cats are evil or they are always used by witches to operate. Before we go ahead, I would like you to know that I am a proud owner of two cats. Yes, two beautiful cats, a black one and an orange one. The black one is named Noodles and the orange one has two names, Autumn and Tomiwa. He has two names because when I got him, I couldn't figure out a name for him at first, and a friend of mine named him. So by the time I was ready to name him myself, the name my friend gave him already stuck. So we decided to go with both names, and he answers to both names. We call him Tom Tom for short. He answers to that as well. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they lovely? Like, these cats, they make me happy. Like, they give me joy. They take away the stress from a stressful day. Having pets generally, research has found that having pets generally can help you increase your lifespan. So if you don't have a pet, you can think of having one, right? Not only cats, but cats are good pets. I promise you, they are lovely. I can go on and on talking about how I love my cats and the positive impact they have on me, but that's not the main topic of today. So before I bore you too much, let's go right into the topic of the day. The belief that cats, particularly black cats, are evil is actually rooted in history, religious misconceptions, and folklore, storytelling, cultural storytelling. This belief has evolved and spread over time through storytelling, movies, and books, and even celebrations like Halloween. Let's talk about the origin that led to this myth, the origin that led to this belief that cats are evil, because it didn't come from nowhere, it came from somewhere. The first origin of this myth is cats' natural behavior. Back in the days, cats were termed mysterious because of their behavior, because they were not like dogs that were dependent, loyal, and obedient to humans. And because cats are nocturnal animals, they are nocturnal, their reflective eyes, which is caused by the tepidum lucidum, a part of their eyes that helps them to see in the dark, and their stealthy movements. The way cats move and their eyes, how people get scared of cats' eyes. So back in the days when we didn't have the scientific understanding that we have now, people could not understand cats, why they were not as obedient, loyal, and more like dogs. They were independent, act as they pleased, and people didn't really understand then that they were nocturnal animals. Nocturnal animals being they are mostly active at night. So seeing them mostly at night, people thought they were witches. They saw them as mysterious. The reflective eyes you see is to enable them see well in the dark, because they are mostly active at night. They are nocturnal animals, and their stealthy movement has nothing to do with evil at all. These traits are simply evolutionary adaptations and not indicators of supernatural abilities or supernatural qualities. Back in the days, things that were not understood were easily termed demonic, evil. Even people with mental disorders back then were seen as being possessed by the devil. They were seen as evil. So cats were not exempted from this. So they termed cats as mysterious and servants of the devil. So this was one of the origin of the demonization of cats. This was one of the creation of that myth that cats are evil. Another origin of this myth is ancient worship. So in ancient Egypt, cats were actually revered and worshipped. They were seen as gods. In Egypt, they have this god called the goddess Bastet. This god is depicted by a cat. It was originally depicted by a lion, the head of a lion and the body of a slender woman, but over time it became depicted by a cat, a domestic cat. People saw this goddess Bastet as a god of protection, fertility, and all of that. Because people worshipped this cat, they were now seen as demonic. They were seen as symbols of the devil. So when Christianity started spreading in the Middle Age, the Catholic Church in Europe now demonized every pagan belief. That is, everything that had to do with pagan belief that did not have to do with the worship of God, everything that were used as idol, as symbols of idols and everything, were now termed demonic. So note that because cats were worshipped, they were already seen as God. They were revered in Egypt. They were being worshipped as God. They were a symbol of gods in Egypt. They now demonized cats as well. They termed cats as evil. I don't want to bore you with the long history and story and all of that. So if you want to know more about it, you can do the research for yourself. So there was even a decree issued by the Pope in the 13th century, I think, declaring that cats were evil, associating cats with evil, declaring that cats were demonic because they were worshipped before. So due to this decree, cats were demonized. So this is one of the origins of this myth. The third origin that led to this myth is the witch hunt of the 13th and 17th century. So during the witch hunt, people were suspected to be, I don't want to go deep into the whole history of the witch hunt or the witch trial. During the witch hunt, people that were suspected to be witches, they were hunted down, killed, burned, like a lot of things happened. During the peak of the witch hunt, cats were believed to be witches' familiar. That is supernatural creatures that helped witches to carry out their task, do everything they want them to do, and even help them perform magic. Some people even believe that witches could shape shift, that is, they could turn into cats to move unseen. So when people see cats at night, they assume that they are witches in disguise. So this is where that story came from, or this is where that myth that witches can turn into cats, this is where it came from. The association of cats with witches was largely a product of fear and mass hysteria. The inclusion of cats in this accusation was entirely circumstantial, like no evidence to actually prove. There were no evidence to prove that cats were actually witches' familiars, or that witches were shape-shifting into cats. During this period of the witch hunt, people that were accused of witchcraft were mostly women, older women who lived alone, women who were knowledgeable about herbs, those kind of traits that threatened societal norms, that deviated from societal norms. So those were the kind of people that were suspected of witchcraft, and a lot of things, they were burned, they were killed without even proper investigation, like no clear evidence to even show that these people that were being suspected of witchcraft, they were actually witches. But let's not go into that. People burned their cats, drowned their cats for fear of being possessed during this period. Like there was mass killing of cats during that period. Same way there was mass killing of women, older women for that matter. I really don't want to go into that topic. Thank God for scientific understanding that we have now. Thank God for more knowledge. The fourth and the last origin of this myth I'll be talking about is the Black Death. So during this Black Death, again, I don't want to go into details about all these things, like it's a lot. I don't want to go into details about the Black Death. If you're interested, you can read it up for yourself. Or if people want me to give details about history, I can do that. Just let me know in the comment section. During the Black Death that plagued Europe in the 14th century, cats already been seen as mysterious, nocturnal, agents of Satan, agents of the devil, everything, name it all. They were suspected and blamed of spreading this disease. Again, right? See, cats suffered. Back in the days, cats really suffered. That's why this thing has been persistent, that cats are evil, cats are evil. It's because of these things. Cats were suspected of spreading the disease, leading to a mass killing of cats. Again, ironically, the mass killing of cats led to the increase of rat population, which in turn increased the spread of the disease, because they later found out that the bacterium that caused the disease were being spread by the fleas on rats. Like, do you get? The bacterium that was actually causing the disease, the bacterium that led to the disease that caused the Black Death, was actually being spread by fleas on rats, not even cats, rats, right? So when people started killing cats during this period because they were suspected of being the ones spreading the disease, it increased the spread of the disease. So when people found out, some people started keeping cats as pets, to help kill rats, like to depopulate rats. So these are the origin of this myth that cats are evil or associated with witchcraft. If you didn't know before, I hope you know right now. All of these led to it. The major origin of cats being associated with witchcraft actually came from medieval Europe, especially the Catholic Church and the Pope's association of cats with evil, the Pope's declaration of cats being associated with evil. So this was the major origin, and all these other things that I've mentioned as well And mostly because we lacked scientific understanding that we have now, that we are able to tell which animals are nocturnal, which animals are not nocturnal. We are able to understand certain behaviors. Now people know that cats are nocturnal, why they're active at night, why they behave certain ways that they do. I'm not here to encourage you to own a cat as a pet. I'm just here to debunk the myth, to educate you about the origin of this myth, just so you know that because it has been said over the years repeatedly, it doesn't make it true, right? Is that to say cats cannot be used by witches? No, I'm not saying they cannot be used by witches. Same way, I just want you to see that same way any animal, any human can be used by witches or possessed by witches, the same way witches can use any other animal. Like, I hope you know, it's not only cats that witches can use. We know witches can possess humans, right? So nothing about cats, nothing about them makes them more available to witches than any other animals or humans. So that's the point I'm trying to make. It's time for us to let go of this belief. You see a cat and you are scared, you think your village people have sent someone to you, or you think it's one old woman in your village that has come to visit you, or you see a cat and you think you're about to have bad luck. No. In some places, cats are seen to be a sign of good luck, funny enough. I'm grateful for those places that welcome cats, that love cats, that don't believe in this myth, right? And I really hope the rest of the world will catch up and get to this point where, especially my country, Nigeria, where we'll get to this point where we don't believe this myth anymore. I know a lot of Christians, you know, good believers that know the word, that are rooted in God's word, that still hold on to this myth. I have had a conversation with one, and I asked this person, like, okay, what makes you think that they are mostly being used by witches? Like, what about cats? Tell me. This person could not give a good reason. But the person was truthful and said to me that it's just because, like, it has been there over time. It's hard to shake off this feeling that, oh, cats are witches or they are used by evil. You know, that's why I did this video talking about the origin of this myth, where the myth originated from, so that you have an understanding and then you drop that belief. It is time to let it go, especially Nigerians. Please, no be every cat be your village people. No, I'm not saying that your village people cannot use cat. Again, self, it's what you are scared of that they will use. It's because they already see that you are scared. Maybe that's why they will use a cat. And how many many of us can actually say that we've had bad experiences with cats? How many people can boldly come out and say they've had bad experiences with cats? I've had bad experiences with dogs than I've ever had with cats. I've never even had any bad experience with cats, funny enough. But I was scared of cats. Even before I became a lover of cats, I was scared of cats as well. I actually believed this myth that cats were evil. During my early childhood, there was this cobbler close to our house that had a fat cat. I was so scared of this man and his wife. I was scared of going to their house just because of the cat though. And they were one people, they were normal. There was nothing about them that was off, right? But just because of the cat, I was scared of these people and I was always afraid of going to their house. I was always praying my mom would not send me there at all. But thankfully, I became a lover of cats 13 years ago, and this happened when a stray cat wandered to our house 13 years ago. My dad welcomed the cat because he wasn't a believer of this myth. My dad never believed this myth that cats were evil. He loved cats. So he welcomed the cat, and my siblings and I were so scared. We didn't even want the cat in the house. We were begging my dad. My dad said, no, he's not sending this cat away, that the cat is lovely. It was an orange cat, very lovely cat. And he told us to give the cat a chance. So the first night, we were so scared. We didn't even want the cat to come close. And with time, we got to fall in love with the cat. The cat was named Israel. My dad gave him the name. He named him Israel. It was so cute. Israel was mischievous and lovely. It was a very lovely cat. I loved him so much. He became a part of our family. He was lovely. He would welcome you when you go out. Like, you know when people would say cats don't welcome you? Oh, that's a lie. Cats actually have different personalities. Well, before I go into that, so Israel was so lovely that when he passed, we were all sad. Someone killed Israel because he had a beef with my dad. That was how Israel died, and the day he died, oh my God, we were devastated. We were really sad. It broke us. I was so sad. I cried. It was really painful. But now I have two lovely cats, and as I was going to say earlier, cats actually have different personalities. You know, people see them as independent, aloof, they don't play with humans, they won't welcome you like dogs. That's a big lie. They have different personalities. You see, I have two cats here. Autumn is very playful, and Noodles, on the other hand, she's playful but not as playful as Autumn, right? Noodles will welcome you when you get back. So Noodles is really very warm and lovely, welcoming and everything, more than Autumn. Autumn is not as welcoming as Noodles, right? Noodles will always welcome you when you come back from the day's outing. That's how Noodles is. When you go out, you come back, you must carry her, and then she will say, it will be as if she's telling you about her day. She'll just be meowing, saying a lot of meow, 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 like she's talking to you, asking how your day went, or telling you how her own day went when you left, right? If you don't carry her, she won't stop shouting until you carry her, and she'll kiss you as well. And then when she's tired of you kissing, she'll close your mouth. She doesn't like when you over kiss her. While Autumn, on the other hand, he would be welcoming you with his meowing, but don't carry me. That's his own. Don't carry me. He doesn't like being, Autumn doesn't like being carried, but he likes being close. He likes to sleep close to you. He doesn't want to sleep alone. Why Noodles doesn't mind sleeping alone sometimes, not all the times though. Autumn on his own, never. He does not want to sleep alone. He wants to always be near you. He wants to be there, and he's so playful. You can wake this cat in the middle of the night or anytime he's sleeping, in the middle of a deep sleep in the afternoon. Tap him, dangle something playful in front of him, he will play. He will start jumping and playing. That is who Autumn is. I'll put a video of him playing here. That is who Autumn is. He's very playful. So they have different personalities, just like humans. So judging that cats are evil just because of this myth or their personalities, which also differs, is wrong. It's wrong. It's not true. Cats are not evil. Cats are not mostly used by witches. And it's high time Christians we stop this narrative that nocturnal animals are used by witches. See, the other day I saw a video and I was so angry. I saw a video where a group of people killed an owl, and they were singing and saying God help them, like this owl wanted to come and destroy their life, or saying a lot of things. See, I was so angry when I saw that video. Like, just kill the innocent owl for no reason. If you ask those people now, what did this owl do to you? And if you check, those people are not even spiritually sound, actually spiritually sound, to notice the real devil, the real agent of Satan that has come to destroy them. The real agent of Satan or devil will be in their midst, to be in their forefront, and they will not detect it. They are more powerful in killing animals. Like, come on, you people should, I'm sorry, but have sense now. Be more, we have passed that time. See, this topic is not something I want to talk on. Like, there's more to this topic, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about this topic some other time in another video. Like, Christianity does not mean we should be stupid. Christianity does not mean you shouldn't have sense. Christianity does not make you ignorant, right? Christianity does not make you ignorant. Like, come on, have sense. Let me leave that. So like I said earlier, I'm not here to convince you to own a pet. I just want you to change your mindset about cats, so that when you see one tomorrow, you don't think your village people have sent it to you, or you don't think it's one witch in your village that is disguising as a cat, please. And you don't try to kill it unnecessarily, like those people killed that owl. Please. That is the reason for this video, to debunk the myth, to educate us on the origin of this myth, and to debunk it, which I have done. I believe I have successfully done. So if you're watching this video and you've had a bad experience with cats, put it in the comment section. I want to hear about it. I mean, you've actually had a bad experience with cats that has to, not your imagination. That brings me to something I plan to say that I was already forgetting to say. I have had a lot of bad experiences as someone that owns a cat in this country. I've had a lot of bad experience. So one day I took Noodles out, and Noodles is a black cat, and people discriminate more against black cats. So on this day I took Noodles out for a stroll. I wanted to go buy something in my neighborhood, and I just took Noodles with me. And then this guy saw us, came close, and asked if Noodles is my spiritual child. And I said yes, because I didn't know what to say to him now. What else should I have said? No, I'll start explaining how Noodles is not my spiritual child. Hey God, if you're that daft, sorry, but if you're that daft to ask me such a stupid question, then I'm ready to troll you. So I told him yes, that she's my spiritual child, that In fact, that we would visit him that night. That you should watch out. My cat and I were going to visit him that night. Oh my God, you guys should have seen this man's face or this guy's face when I said that word that we would visit him that night. He was so scared and walked away. So it's time for us to let go of this belief. If you've had any bad experience with cats, put it in the comment section. I want to hear about it. I mean actual bad experience, not hallucinated experience, not imagined, not hearsay, not what people have said, not folklore, not stories, not old stories of the past and everything. Tell me your own personal stories, your own personal experiences about cats. I want to hear it all. Tell me if you've had bad experiences with cats. I hope I've been able to educate you properly on this topic, and I hope I've been able to demystify the myth that cats are evil and witches. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. It won't cost you a dime to like my video, especially if you've learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like. Likes are free. Just thank you. See you in my next video.